Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela WebDev. In this video we will learn about the first parameter, that is nothing but from parameter. We will try to learn about these details about this from parameter. So now the from parameter is the first argument or the first parameter we will be using in while creating the Docker file. So always most of the Docker files, if you try to see any images or anything, the Docker file, almost all the files start with from parameter only. Okay, so this will start from parameter. So now normally in the interviews they will ask you a question that while creating a Docker file, what is the first parameter you will be using? So from is the first parameter, and also other than from we will be also using another parameter in the first line, that is nothing but arg. So these are the two things which we will be using. Mostly we will be using from, but also we can also start the Docker file by using this arg command also. I will try to explain you what is this one. So in the interviews when they will ask you that what is the first parameter we will be using while creating the Docker file, means from or arg. So arg. So we can use any of these two to start the Docker file. So that's it. So creating a Docker file from parameter involves specifying the base image. So this from parameter, why we will be using it is to tell about the base image. Okay, base image means so that should be downloaded from the Docker Hub. So any necessary dependencies on configuration settings from the Docker image. So that means what I want to tell you is, for example, let's say that when you are trying to build an image, so you may be having an to download the Ubuntu. Okay, so that means then you need to mention something like from. I need to have the base image as Ubuntu 20.04, something like this. So that means, so the first parameter or the first command will tell that it should download Ubuntu from the Docker Hub. So that is one thing. So you can also adjust based on your specific requirements and all those things, you can do it. So that is one thing. Okay, the from parameter in a Docker file is the foundational instruction used to specify the base image for your Docker container. The from instruction sets the base image for the subsequent instructions in the Docker file. It must be the first instruction in the Docker file. The syntax will be something like from, and you will be mentioning the image name, that is nothing but the Ubuntu which I have mentioned, and if possible, so you can mention the tag name also. Okay. So tag name means that the tag name which we have used it 20.04, so we can also use the latest also. So the image means the name of the image. This can be an official image from the Docker Hub or any custom image, you can use it. And the tag name means an optional tag that specifies a particular version of the image. If no tag is specified, means Docker defaults to the latest tag. That one we have already discussed. So the from instruction establishes the initial file system and the environment for the container. It provides a starting point that includes a specific operating system or the runtime environment. So that is one thing. So now how it will be is, let's try to see in our code. I will try to explain you. So here this is our code. Okay, and in this one, so what I will try to do it is, so now we are ready to create a custom image. For creating the custom image, first what I will try to do is, I am creating a new directory, that is nothing but custom images. Okay, I am creating. Let's go into the custom images, and here in this one, if you try to check, nothing is there available in this one. So now what we need to do in order to create a custom image, first we need to create a Docker file. Okay, so I am using the nano editor, or otherwise you can use the VI editor also, whichever is okay for you, you can do it, or otherwise I will try to show you Docker file. So this is the naming convention, we need to use it. And if you try to see here, this is the file, and I will be writing, so here, so insert, I will be doing from, and what we need to do, the base image is Ubuntu and the version is 20.04, whatever the thing. So now I will try to save it, that is nothing but WQ, that's it. So it has been saved. Now if you try to check, the Docker file will be available, the Docker file. And if you want to check the status in the Docker file, means, so you will be able to see that is the first instruction or the first command or the first parameter that we have used it. Now this uses Ubuntu 20.04 as the base image, providing a minimal Ubuntu environment. Now let's try to build the image. So for example, for building the image, we will be using Docker image build. And if you don't know what are the things you will providing, means you can go to the help option. And here you will be able to see lot of options that are available for building the image. So what is the thing we need? It is the last one is nothing but hyphen T, the target. So hyphen tag. So we need to provide a tag name and optional tag the name. So we need to have a tag. So now what we need to provide? So we need to provide the tag name. So let's go here, and here I will be providing Docker image build. So I need to provide the tag name, that is nothing but target name Ubuntu demo, and what I want to do it is, so here I will be providing dot means the Docker file is available in the current directory. Now if I press enter, automatically it will start building, and now here it is loading the internal data, and here you will be able to see the from parameter, it has been taken and it has built the thing. So here you will be able to see from Docker it is taking Ubuntu 20.04 and exporting layers and all those things. Now if you try to check Docker image ls, now you will be able to see the Ubuntu demo image is there. So you will be able to see an Ubuntu demo image, and the Docker file and the custom image is there. The Docker file is there in that custom images. Now what I will try to do, so let's try to create the container using this one. So if you want to create the container means, how can you create? Docker container run -d, and you can provide the name Ubuntu container, whatever the name you want, and you need to provide the Ubuntu demo. So this is the this is the image name which we want to create. Now if I try to create this one, automatically the container has been created. Now if you want to check the Docker container ps-a, now you will be able to see the container ID image, and it has been exited with a 0 status. Exited with a 0 status means the normally container has been exited without any errors. And why it has been error? It's normally a container custom build image, and the command it is running is the bash. So here the bash cannot run in the background service, so that is the reason it has been exited. So we need to provide some more options, that one. So first we have added only the basic only, right? So that is the reason the command it is trying to execute is the bash command, and the bash command does not able to run in the background, so that is the reason it has been exited. So bash command should be always run in the foreground only, so it cannot run in the background. So that is why it has been exited. So this is all about the from parameter in the Docker file. So not only this one, so if you are using a Python means, if you want to use the Python base image means, then you can use something like from here you will be having this one, right? So you can have something like from Python. If you let's say that you are using 3.06 or 3.9 means, you can use 3.9 like this. And if you are using Node.js as a base image means, then you can use something like from Node.js or a Node 14, you can use it like this. So like this you will be using. So in the conclusion, what I want to do is, the from instruction is very critical in Docker files because it defines the initial environment and file system for the container. It ensures the consistency, leverages the existing optimized environment, and enables efficient image builds by providing a solid foundation upon which additional layers can be built. So this is all about the from parameter. In the next video, we will try to see other parameters like run and maintainer, like that. Hope you understood about this from parameter. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.